We are so glad to be able to share with you today as we celebrate 60 years of ministry and outreach at Prison Mission Association. From the early days down in Texas back in 1955 when Joe Mason started this ministry to today, 2015. It's an honor for me to be the director of Prison Mission, and it's the most exciting ministry that I have ever been a part of. God has been working and in amazing ways in transforming lives and families because of people like you who have prayed, who have supported, who have volunteered as part of the PMA team. Many of you for many, many years to enable us to be at this point and celebrate with us. After 60 years, it's time for us to take time and reflect and give God the glory for the great things that He has done. Here are some pictures of the past, starting with our founder and first director, Joe Mason, from back in 1955. We have been blessed over the years with many great leaders, directors, volunteers, supporters, and prayer partners. As PMA celebrates the 60 years of what God has done, it's a great time for us to reflect on what God would have us do for the future. We want to uphold the heartbeat of our founder and Joe Mason's vision to reach prisoners for Christ. With prisons being the most fertile spiritual harvest field on this planet, we believe the time has come to develop biblical correspondence courses with biblical leadership and church ministry training to equip inmates to reach prisoners for Christ and plant churches in prisons. And when I say it's a spiritually fertile place, it's amazing. Last Tuesday I was in Faribault Prison, the largest prison in Minnesota, over 2,000 inmates. I talked to a little over 100 inmates. 87 of them signed up to do our Bible correspondence courses. We gave out over 30 Bibles to those who needed them. And so there's a real hunger, there's a thirst for things of God in the prisons, and people are searching for purpose and meaning to life, and we can provide that for them with your help and with your support. So with this new vision, we will reach more prisoners for Christ and fulfill our mission more effectively by using a grassroots approach, mobilizing the inmates and be part of our ministry to other inmates. So in effect, it would be helping inmates reach inmates for Christ, which we feel is the Pauline biblical model set out in 2 Timothy 2:2, where Paul tells us to entrust to faithful men who will be able to teach others also. And this will help us multiply our outreach to bring the gospel of the grace of God to those who really need to hear it, those that are most receptive and who are looking for purpose and meaning to life. With the growth and expansion that we have experienced over this last year, we need a way to process and correct all of those lessons that's cost effective and practical. This vision the Lord has given us helps us reach our mission utilizing qualified inmates who have plenty of time to correct lessons. They can distribute the lessons, saving us postage and giving faster delivery times as we continue to see our volume explode over the next couple of years. Now, our 10-year vision for PMA, we're calling Vision 2025, is that PMA will provide Bible correspondence courses at no cost to inmates to all 50 states with the goal of reaching prisoners for Christ, developing godly leadership, and planting churches in prisons. And we have this developed out in 5 phases. I'm just going to share a couple of those phases. If you want the other phases, you can read about them on our website, www.prisonmission.org, and you can download the trifold. And so first phase, actually we've already completed, which was our goal to double the number of lessons that we send out. When I started a little more than a year ago, we were doing about 100 to 150 a week processing and sending out lessons. Now we're doing about 300 to 350 a week. Phase 2 is to establish regional hubs for correcting lessons and then raise full-time support for the PMA director. That's me. Now we have started a Midwest hub here in Minnesota to help handle the lessons and the overflow that the West Coast office, our main office, if what they can't handle, they ship to us. And we have 17 instructors here in Minnesota that are helping in correcting the lessons. So we're excited about what God's doing, how He's opening up the door for this. So please pray, give, and volunteer. We need your help to develop this model of evangelism and church planting that will be reproducible and encourage many new churches to be planted across this nation. We have a few pastors that have already told me they are on board, one that is really close to a facility, actually 2 prison facilities, and they would love to help plant a church near that church in the local prison. So pray with us now as God will provide the needed funds, the needed finances, the needed prayer partners, and the needed pastor and training people that we can go ahead and move ahead with this with the power and leading of the Lord. Thank you.